Every year, usually during our graduation ceremonies, UBC has the honor of bestowing honorary degrees upon individuals who, in the opinion of the university community, have fit the criteria of excellence and eminence in their chosen field. Martha Crago exemplifies these characteristics, and it is our pleasure to grant her an honorary degree. Professor Martha Crago is one of Canada's most influential leaders in research and academic administration, and the extent and breadth of her activities are truly remarkable. Currently the Vice Principal Research and Innovation at McGill University, she has played a significant leadership role in the advancements of research and education through her participation on an extraordinary number of government, industry, and academic organizations. To cite only a few examples, she has served as chair of the research committee of the U15 group of Canada's research-intensive universities, as president of the Canadian Association of Graduate Studies, as a board member of the Council of Graduate Schools in the United States, and she currently serves as chair of the governing council of the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council. Concurrent with her administrative activities, Professor Crago has held an active research career, specializing in language acquisition across a variety of languages and learners, and her work has been published extensively. But what is particularly striking is her knowledge capability within an eclectic range of research disciplines. Again, by way of example, she is a member of the Research Partnership Committee of the Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council. She's been a member of the boards of the Consortium for Aerospace Research and Innovation in Canada, the Canadian Light Source, and Ocean Network Canada. She has also served as a member of the University Advisory Group of Industry Canada. Not surprisingly, her awards and distinctions are many in number, and include her appointment as a member of the Order of Canada in 2017. In recognition of her tireless and influential work to advance university research and learning in Canada and beyond, we are pleased to confer the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, upon Martha Crago. It now gives me great pleasure to ask Dr. Crago to say a few words.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, and members of the UBC community, what can I tell you at a time like this? You, your friends and family, all of us have been forged by a year like none other we have ever lived through. To deal with it, I personally have tried to use certain guideposts from my past life and from my present readings to make sense of it. And I wanted to share some of those with you. I've learned from a new book by Jonathan Sachs called Morality, Restoring the Common Good in Divided Times, to think about the importance of we rather than I. In other words, the importance of the collective and of the shared response and responsibility, instead of the focus on the self and on the individual. For me, the wearing of the COVID mask embodies this. Its importance is to protect the other and not primarily the self. We wear them for the common good. Some years ago, I learned about the concept of orienting children to the other, the community, while doing research with the Inuit of Nunavik or Northern Quebec. In studying how Inuit raised their children to be members of their family and community group, I learned that Inuit teachers who taught in Inuktitut in the first 3 years of school only called for group responses from the children. When these children moved on to grade 3, they encountered non-Inuit teachers for the first time. With these new teachers, the children found it hard and very uncomfortable when they were called on to answer as individuals in front of the group, often hiding their faces in their hands. As I watched this classroom behavior play out from grade to grade, I remembered something that an experienced Inuk educator named Betsy Anahatak had once told me about why socializing children to become members of the group was so important for Inuit. She said quite succinctly, "The North cannot be lived alone." In a place of extreme climate or a time of global health crisis, we need each other and each member of the community to act in the interest of all in order to overcome the adversity that confronts us. Perhaps it will be our ability to think as we and not I that will emerge as one of the most valuable legacies of this otherwise truly difficult time. If we walk away from the pandemic more conscious of our social responsibility, we will all be the better for it. But it takes courage to get through difficult days. Difficulty, of course, need not lead to inaction, far from it. At a very difficult time in my own life, when I had lost my favorite sister to breast cancer, I felt quite lost and alone. And one day after her death, while walking down a street in Montreal, I saw a sign on a wall of a church with a quote by the German writer Goethe. It said, "Whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Courage has genius, power, and magic in it." That was the day, right then and there, that I decided to start a PhD with 3 children under the age of 5. It wasn't always easy, but as my wise father reminded me, I never told you life would be easy. And I might not be with you here today if I had not found the courage to dream and then act. 35 years later, that quote by Goethe still hangs on my office wall. I leave you with the hope that this dark time will spur us on to think more of others and to dream and to have the courage to realize our dreams. For to dream is to envision the future. It's our belief in that future and our role in shaping it that lies in front of us. I wish you all the courage to meet adversity with actions born of big dreams and carried out in the interest of others.